10th February, Saint Scolastica, Virgin. As a commemoration, the sister of Saint Benedict, born in Norcia in Umbria, about the year 480. Together with her brother, she consecrated herself to God, and she followed Benedict to Monte Cassino, where she died about the year 547. A reading from the Dialogues of Saint Gregory the Great. She who loved more could do more. Saint Benedict's sister Scolastica, who had been consecrated to Almighty God in early childhood, used to visit her brother once a year. On these occasions, he would go down to meet her in a house belonging to the monastery, a short distance from the entrance. For this particular visit, he joined her there with a few of his disciples, and they spent the whole day singing God's praises and conversing about the spiritual life. When darkness was setting in, they took their meal together and continued their conversation at table until it was quite late. Then the holy nun said to him, "Please do not leave me tonight. Let us keep on talking about the joys of heaven till morning." "What are you saying, sister?" he replied. "You know, I cannot stay away from the monastery." At her brother's refusal, Scolastica folded her hands on the table and rested her head upon them in earnest prayer. When she looked up again, there was a sudden burst of lightning and thunder, accompanied by such a downpour that Benedict and his companions were unable to set foot outside the door. Realizing that he could not return to the monastery in this terrible storm, Benedict complained bitterly. "God forgive you, sister," he said. "What have you done?" Scholastica simply answered, "When I appealed to you, you would not listen to me. So I turned to my God, and he heard my prayer. Leave now if you can. Leave me here and go back to your monastery." This, of course, he could not do. He had no choice now but to stay, in spite of his unwillingness. They spent the entire night together, and both of them derived great profit from the holy converse they had about the interior life. We need not be surprised that in this instance, the woman proved mightier than her brother. Do we not read in St. John that God is love? Surely it is no more than right that her influence was greater than his, since hers was the greater love. 3 days later, as he stood in his room, looking up toward the sky, the man of God beheld his sister's soul leaving her body and entering the court of heaven in the form of a dove. Overjoyed at her eternal glory, he gave thanks to Almighty God in hymns of praise. Then he sent some of his brethren to bring her body to the monastery and bury it in the tomb he had prepared for himself. The bodies of these two were now to share a common resting place, just as in life their souls had always been one in God.